Have you ever wondered what would happen if, in a hypothetical situation, someone would load a 5.56 round in your 7.62 magazine and you wouldn't notice it, load it into the gun and fire it? Well, we'll find out today. So how to test this? Well, it's quite straightforward. I have a 7.62 magazine, half loaded. I will insert one 5.56 round and then two additional 7.62 rounds. I will insert it into my AK-103 and try to fire and see what happens. My predictions are that, of course, the first two rounds will feed normally, they will fire normally, cycle the rifle, and then when it comes to the 5.56 round, the bolt will be able to pick it up from the magazine and load it into the chamber. Because of the smaller dimensions of the 5.56 round, it should chamber just normally, but I am not sure if it will fire. The brass of 5.56 is smaller in diameter than 7.62, so I don't know if it will be centered on the bolt or even if the extractor will keep it in place so the firing pin has enough force to actually set it off. If it set it off, I think it shouldn't be such a problem because we have a much bigger bore and a smaller bullet, so all of the excess energy will be expelled through the barrel. The brass will probably extend to fill up the chamber, and the bullet will fly irregularly, maybe just tumbling somewhere there. We have a target, a cardboard target here, so we can see if anything comes out of the barrel. Let's try it and see what happens. Good news! The round has fired and I have all of my fingers left. The rifle is okay, it didn't explode, this is just disassembled because we had to get the shell casing out. For our first two tests, what has probably happened is that 5.56 round was not able to chamber fully, bolt did not close, and since it was out of battery, the hammer was not able to reach the firing pin, so it did not fire. That's actually good because if it would be able to fire out of battery, that could rupture the case and we could have a problem here. On the third try, there was enough force to ram this 5.56 round into the chamber, close the bolt, and actually the firing pin struck it, so it fired. As you could see from the footage, there was way less recoil, it was less loud. What someone also noted is that the smell of the gunpowder, the burned gunpowder was different actually, which was a bit surprising. I think that's because there was not enough pressure and it did not combust fully, so it burned but not in the same way as it would normally. Since the 5.56 shell casing is smaller in diameter than a 7.62 round, what has also happened is that the shell casing expanded, has retained the contour of the chamber of the 7.62 round. It's a bit different than a normal 5.56 round, but it does not show signs of rupture. The bullet has left the barrel without a problem. It's also a smaller diameter than the barrel, which means that there was not a lot of pressure created. There was a lot of blow-by of the gases from the bullet, and of course, because it was not engaged with the rifling, it did not stabilize. We can see that on the target, where you can clearly see that the bullet was tumbling. You can fire a 5.56 round out of your 7.62 AK without any serious problems. The rifle should be okay, you should be okay, and as long as you get the shell casing out, you can continue firing. Fuck off. So in a last resort, if you have nothing left, you can use 5.56 rounds semi-effectively from the AK. Now this could only work for close range, and I don't know what kind of accuracy you can get, but I guess it works. So will it AK? Yes, it will. Bye-bye, see you soon. Well, we'll find out today. You can fire a 5.56 round out of firing pin fuck. There is a fuck off. Was it tumbling? Tumbling. I am going to Brazil. It's good.